Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. Today I'm going to show you how to play Jaipur. It's ages 12 and up, 2 players, and it takes 30 minutes. And there's a newer version of the box, but it is the same game. Let me show you how to play. The goal of the game is to be the first to win 2 rounds of play. You win a round of play by ending the round with the most money from goods sold. To start out, you have 3 camels you deal up into the center, and then you'll deal out 2 more cards out with them. It sometimes can be an extra camel, that's fine. Then each player is given 5 cards, and these are face down. Nobody knows what the other person has in their hand, and you check your hand to see if you have any camels. If you do have any camels, they are placed face up in front of you, and you have a 7-card limit in your hand, but camels do not count against that. On the side here, you have all of the items that you're getting, market items, and then you're trading them in here, and they're all worth the amount shown on them. So there's items like diamonds, gold, and silver that are very expensive, and then cheaper items down here, but they all work together to make it so you win the game, and you get bonuses if you exchange 3 to 5 items in the market at the same time. You get a bonus for that, and you don't know how much it's going to be until you get it. Some of them, there's variants that says 2, 1, 2 for the ones that are 3, but the ones that if you exchange 5 at once, you can get 6, you can get 10. So that can be all the difference of winning or losing the game. You pick a player to start first, and all you're going to do on your turn is either take cards or sell cards. You cannot do both. When you take cards, you can either take all of the camels, or you can take a single good, or you can trade some combination of, you can trade your camels for goods out here. That's often what happens. Or you can trade some items in your hand, a combination of the two to get what's out here. They're probably just going to go ahead and take these camels to start, and then this gets refilled to 5. There's always going to be 5 items out here. And the game ends either when 3 of these piles are depleted, or when you've run out of cards to place out into the center. So now it's this person's turn, and there are certain rules for the more expensive items for trading in to collect these the point value for them. You have to have at least 2 to trade in for these. Even if there's only 1 left in the stack, you have to have at least 2 at the same time to trade in to get it. For any of these, you can just do 1 if you would like, which happens generally later in the game. Earlier on, you're trying to get good combos and get more points. So they're going to go ahead and take, they'll go ahead and take another cloth because this is worth more, but still has a 5 at the top, so there's more of a bonus coming to them. So they just took 1. It's this player's turn, and they're going to go ahead and trade in. So this is where you can trade. They're going to trade in 3 camels to get 3 more of the cheapest item, the leather, but it still can be handy. And next turn, they have 7, so they have to trade in some. They have to sell cards the next turn. They can't take any more unless they were going to trade one out, and usually you don't really want to do that. This player's happy about that because they're just going to go ahead and take all these camels while the other person... and camels have more of a value than just trading in and out for a game. Because at the end, whoever has the most camels will get 5 points and get this token. So there's an art to dealing with the camels. So you have a little bit more than the other person. If there's a tie, if both players have the exact same number of camels, then nobody gets this. So this is how it looks to sell something at the market. They have 4 of these leather goods. So they're going to go ahead and put them over here in the discard pile. And they're going to get on the top here, it can be a little tricky to see. The first says 4 on it, then the next one's 3. So you take the highest value ones first, and you take 1 for each card that you've placed. So they have a nice little stack here. And then they also get a bonus, and you don't know what it is until you get it. They got an extra 5 points for trading in that many at once. that was really great for them. Now this person is probably going to go ahead, ooh, it's really tempting. You know what? They're going to wait another turn because diamonds just came up. That's too good to pass up. So they're going to take that one, leave this out here. They're going to take one, replace, oh, this poor person. So this is where they can trade. They could trade for that, but they already have 7 items. So I'm saying it is what it is. They're going to just trade in these 3 to get these 3 tokens, and they get a 3 bonus, and it's just too bad about the diamonds for them. And I don't know if this is the best strategy for right now, but I'm going to go ahead and show what it looks like to trade for a bunch of items. So they can, instead, if they wanted to get a bunch of things, they could trade the camel for this, and then they could also trade items from their hand if they thought, oh, it's so worth it to get a bunch of leather goods, even though they're trading more valuable goods, but they're allowed to do that if they want to. And then that's how that looks. That would be their turn. It's a lot nicer when you have camels to trade out here. And then it's this person's turn, and if they want to, they can sell these 2 gold to get these 2, and that would be their turn. So you just keep on doing that until you work through the deck, and then at the end, tally up all of your tokens and see who has the most points. In the event of a tie, it's whoever has the most little bonus tokens would win that round. And these are the winner tokens. So if you win a round, you get one, and then you shuffle everything up, reset it, and play again. And if this person wins the next one too, that's it, game over, they're the winner. Otherwise, if this person wins the next one, you play a 3rd round, a tiebreaker, and whoever wins that would win the game. So that's how to play Jaipur. The target demographic for this game is, I would say, anybody who considers themselves a gamer, a board game collector, avid player. Then you are somewhat contractually obligated to play Jaipur at some point because it is so well known and so beloved within the board game community. The rule complexity is medium. It can take a little bit to figure out exactly what's going on and how the game works and your best strategy. But once you play a game or two, then you can figure out the nuances pretty well. But every game is different, which is one of the really nice things about this game. How competitive is this game? It's medium. You're competing to collect the most money for goods sold. However, it doesn't feel like this is a game where you can just actively sabotage your opponent. It's mostly good hand management. So if something comes up where you're able to trade in a bunch of camels for all the new goods that have been placed out in the market, then you've just managed your hand well, or the other person hasn't really optimized when they're doing that. So you have this opportunity. So it feels like a game where you have a healthy competition going on, but there isn't going to be really any hard feelings at the end. The replay value is high. This is a game that I would happily play every Friday night and play a few rounds. It is fun and stays engaging even when you've played it a fair bit. Similar games, if you like this one, Lost Cities is maybe a little bit easier. You're embarking on expeditions, playing out cards, and trying to score the most points. And then Splendor Duel is an option if you want something with just a little bit more going on. It's the 2-player version of the classic engine builder Splendor, but they added a few little twists and turns, so it's really wonderful and strategic. But we love Jaipur, and you should check it out. Thanks, and see you next time from Game Like a Mother.